Six Flags Over Georgia is an amusement park in Austell, Georgia, and I recently just went there. I had no clue I was going to go here because I got it as a surprise for Christmas.
Oh my god, wait a minute. Hold on. We're going.
So all in all, I thought this park was amazing, and I thought the coaster lineup was equally as good. I didn't ride Blue Hawk or Great American Scream Machine because they were closed for the season, but I did ride everything else. So in this video, I'll be looking at the 9 roller coasters I rode and ranking them from my least favorite to my most favorite. And keep in mind, this is just my opinion. Coming in at number 9 is the Mine Train. If I'm being honest, this ride was kind of boring and it really hurt. I wasn't expecting much because obviously it's a mine train. It just hurt a lot and it was definitely not my favorite at this park. Sorry guys. Number 8 we have Joker Funhouse Coaster. Now you're probably wondering how this is better than Mine Train, and one thing, smoothness. This ride is glossy smooth and it's more oriented towards families than Mine Train, but honestly I had a better time on it because this ride didn't try to break my back in 6 different spots. Also, I did feel a little weird using my flash pass to cut in front of a bunch of 6-year-olds, but hey, a credit's a credit. Number 7, I'm gonna put Daredevil Dive. Now, please note, this is miles ahead of the last one, so there's a huge gap between 7 and 8. Now, this ride is good, it's just I find it honestly a little bit boring. I mean, the first half's fun, but as soon as you hit the mid-course, it slows you down so much, so the second half isn't that enjoyable. Also, the third row has a noticeable rattle, which didn't in the first row. But anyway, that's just my opinion. It's alright, not great. It's good though, but not great. Next up is Superman Ultimate Flight. Now, I have ridden the one at Six Flags Great America, and I did think this one was better. But from what I can remember, I think the pretzel loop at Great America was more intense than this one, but I'm not sure. But all in all, I think this ride is super fun, and I really like it. At number 5, we have Batman the Ride. This was my 3rd Batman the Ride clone, and I think it ranks right in the middle for me. This is still the same smooth, intense, fast ride as all the others. And I do prefer this one to the original at Six Flags Great America, but I think I do like the one at St. Louis a little bit more than this. Anyways, I always like these rides, so that's why it's ranking at number 5. Number 4 is Georgia Scorcher. When I rode this was my first stand-up coaster, so I didn't know what to think going into it. I ended up being pleasantly surprised. I really liked this ride. It was fun, it was fast, it was smooth, and it even had some airtime. But all in all, I really liked this ride, making it my 4th favorite at the park. Next up we have Mindbender. Now this was probably the biggest surprise of the trip. I've heard everyone raves about this ride, but I didn't think it would be that good. But I was very wrong. This ride is amazing. It is so fun, it is relatively smooth for its age, it has some airtime, and those loops are really intense. Also, the setting of this ride is fantastic. Also, the restraints on this ride make you feel so open, and that's one of the main reasons why I'm ranking it this high. The restraints are awesome. All in all, I love this ride so much, and yeah, that's about it. Number 2 is Golaith. Now, choosing between number 2 and number 1 might have been the hardest decision I've ever made. And honestly, it still could change. I had Golaith as the best ride here, and now it's here. I don't even know. But the airtime on this is incredible. This has one of the best layouts of a B&M Hyper I've ever seen. It's super smooth, the drop's fantastic. Literally everything about this ride is amazing. There's nothing wrong with this ride. So it could very well be my number 1 at this park. But the ride I'm gonna crown number 1 is Twisted Cyclone. This is my first RMC with iBox track, and my god is it smooth. It is such a fun ride, the airtime is incredible. And the one problem I have with it, I think everyone has with this ride, and that is the length. RMC had to remove an extra lap and making it a much shorter ride, but even with that, this ride is just amazing. I think if this ride was longer, it could be top 10 in the world. Well, there you guys have it for my favorite rides at Six Flags Over Georgia. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give this video a huge, fat like. Also, while you're there tapping that like button, make sure to subscribe because that would help. Anyway, this has been Coaster Tice, and always remember, don't jump the shark.